Cool.
We're
All
live.
right, Dave. You're not part of the original. You're starting to become part of the original crew.
Hey, man. You know what? You got to give the people what they want, I guess.
That's right. So thanks for doing this. Scheduling conflicts. Me, I don't know, work, whatever. Everybody's got something going on. So it's 9 o'clock 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. I guess that's what we're on. We're getting this done. So thanks for doing it. So the first thing I want to talk about is something Tomac. So he was injured in Indy with a strained neck. He mentioned that. So he still got eighth, and yeah, I guess he got through it. He kind of said, last week was brutal, and I don't know what. I guess eighth is good after a strained neck. He said he couldn't even move it, so looks like he did a little better going to Detroit. Where do you see him going forward? Do you think it's just going to get better, or do you see like it's getting a little scary for him?
I mean, I think he's kind of in a little mid-season slump. I mean, what do they got? 7 rounds left.
Yeah, something like that.
He's
Six,
he's
maybe,
riding
yeah.
he's riding so good, like when he's healthy, and I just think he's not willing to risk one race and get 0 points. So he's just playing. He's just doing the smart thing and salvaging what he can. Obviously, he was not riding well in Indy. He didn't look comfortable at all, and so it wasn't surprising for him to come out. Like he's not an excuses guy at
Right.
all. Like you could tell when he was on that broadcast talking about it, like he did not want to be thrown out an excuse at all.
Yeah.
But like he just needs. I feel like he just wants to let people know like he's battling through some stuff and he's trying to get healthy again. So he's gonna be there at the end. Like he's just.
Yeah, I always like when he's on like post race. Like I watched the Detroit post race, and he talked about it again. He's like, "I think I've covered this enough. Yes, I had a strained neck. Let's kind of move on here."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to hear himself make excuses any more than anybody else. So
Yeah.
he's just, I think he's trying to battle through it, and I just hope he gets healthy. So, you know, this next round, being in Seattle, that's brutal for all those dudes going from the East Coast to the West Coast. That short of time, like that's such a huge jump. Like, I mean, it's crazy. I don't understand why they do that in the middle of the season, just in general. But I think it's gonna put some stress on a lot of those dudes in their bodies. So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah, I think actually Tomac posted on his Instagram story he's already West Coast. So maybe I think it was California. So maybe that helps.
Yeah, I mean
And that,
they got to get out there and get on that time zone as quick as they
yeah,
can because some of those dudes show up at like Thursday night or Friday.
dude. Yeah, you're all jacked up. I mean, I just traveled an hour time change, and yesterday I felt wiped out at like 7:30. Then again, I did fly and stuff like that, but I was like, dude,
Yeah,
I'm smoked at like 8:30.
yeah, I
But
do the same thing when I got to drive. Like even when I come down to Nashville for one of the projects down here, it's like an hour difference, and like it just messes me up. Like I'm like up at like 4:30 in the morning, thinking it's 5:30 or whatever. It just messes with you.
something not related, but I went turkey hunting in Tennessee. It's been a few years now, but this person lived on the timeline. Like the farm was like split. The timeline split the farm,
Hmm.
and or real close like that. I don't know, but I remember I'm like, what time is it? It feels like it's like 7:38, and it was like 5:36. It was so weird to me.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. That's the
But
way that's the way it is at Redbud every year until
yeah,
they adopted like the whole like uniform time or whatever. But like I remember for years we'd go to Redbud and like we would stay at this like hotel in Michigan, which is on a different time zone than Redbud was. So the whole time it was like an ongoing joke. It's like, are we going to be early for practice? Are we going to be late for practice? Do we miss practice already? Do we have time to get breakfast? So it's like now it's a little bit different up there, but back then the OGs, as we would say, like it was a struggle just to figure out if you were in the right time zone and you were going to miss the race or not. So
That's funny. What do you think of the track?
I thought it was a good track, man. It held
Yeah.
up good. Had a lot of those short 180s though, dude. Whew. I mean, it made for some good racing and plenty of good social media for the last 6 days
Yeah.
or whatever. It's been people. It gave people what they wanted, I guess. So I don't
Yeah, it
know.
was good. There was a I noticed talking about going back to Tomac, he was like going on these outside lines and he wasn't gaining. He realized I gotta follow the path here.
Yeah,
And so he had to change it up.
yeah. I mean, Kenny found that one line through the rhythm section in the heat races and was blistering fast, and then like Sexton figured it out and like, ended up passing him on his own line, which is crazy. But yeah, I thought it was cool. There's some different rhythms and stuff people were doing, and um, the whoops didn't break down nearly as much as they did the week before. So um, yeah, I think it's all good.
Yeah, it was a decent track. I think they said though it was one of the shortest so far of the season, which I was surprised. I didn't think that, but yeah, they said it was we were right around the maybe 48 mark or 47 mark for each lap.
Yeah,
But all right, Chase Sexton gets the win, but however, AP was leading from the beginning to a lap and a half to go. Um, that was heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking. Even if you're, I don't know anybody that doesn't like AP, but that was heartbreaking to see.
oh, I mean, dude, he's a local boy for us. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's there's nothing that hasn't already been said. Like the Sexton won, but he didn't win. Like you know, what I
yeah,
mean, he got a
yeah,
gift. It sucks. Like he sat down in that corner the entire race, and he
yeah,
stood up in the last moment and got his boot ripped off. So, but I mean, he rode that KTM to the ground like a cowboy and
yeah,
tried to get up and finish. And I mean, he salvaged what he could, but I mean, hopefully he knows that he's got the speed. I mean, he damn near led the entire race. You
yeah,
know, what do you have second off the corner or something, and he led. He was
yeah.
there.
And
He wasn't
he was,
getting gifts. I mean, he was legitimately winning that race without other people messing up or anything. Like he just he has the speed, and I hope that that confidence comes through to the rest of these rounds. That he knows that he can lead now, and I really want to see him get a win.
yeah. I think at one time he was up like 7.5 seconds. So you know it's not like some kind of fluke thing. Like everyone behind him was crashing or something crazy. He was just crushing it. Sexton did get it down to like 3.5, but I don't think he was ever going to catch him with a lap and a half to go.
I mean,
And
even then, he Sexton would reel him into 3.5, 4 seconds, and I mean he'd keep that buffer. You know,
yeah,
at that late in the stage, like if Sexton was going to catch him, he needed to be knocking off like 2 seconds a lap to be like on his fender. You know,
yeah,
so I think he for sure 100% was going to win that race if he didn't get ripped off his bike. So
yeah. And props to him doing like right after the race, doing like a interview.
yeah,
I mean, he could have easily said no, and but he did it, and so yeah, man, everyone was pulling for him. That was heartbreaking. What's crazy is, and I know that people talk about this. Sexton literally the week before did the same kind of thing, but the rut was going the other way.
yeah, yeah. I mean those ruts are no joke. You know,
Yeah,
I mean I think that turn claimed a few people almost the exact same way. So
yeah,
um, I mean it sucks, but you know it just goes to show like he's starting to get up there in that veteran status of the class. He's been there
yeah,
a while, and he's still learning. You know, I guarantee he won't change up his motives on the last lap leading the race next time. He's going to sit down in that corner.
Do you think so those guys, for people who don't know, when they win a race, it's $100,000 a race win, 450 class. Do you think that goes through AP's head at all? He's like, man, I'm about to win 100 grand.
No, not a chance.
Yeah, I was always wondering that. Like,
I don't.
okay,
Not at that level. I think you can't let money be the motivator. Those
right,
guys, their passion outweighs. I mean, the dudes in like 20th, 15th place, they're thinking more about like getting to the next round
yeah,
than the dude in the factory rig. He's showing up to every race regardless. I
yeah.
think that's why the LCQs are so savage, dude. Like those dudes.
Savage.
I mean, they're dropping freaking Mario Kart bombs like that's $1,000 right there, you know?
Yeah, yeah, dude, their LCQ is great.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Chase Sexton wins. However, he does get docked 7 points for jumping on a red cross. Um, there's some speculation that the rider was already up, Dino was already up, so he still jumped. But still, they docked him 7 points, so he was down 10. Now he's down 17. Still gets the race win, but
Yeah, it keeps the
it's
person
like
and all that.
even when he wins, he loses.
Gotta play by the rules, man. You know?
Yeah,
It's it's unfortunate for him, but it's just part of being observant, and it sucks that Webb was right there. You know,
yeah.
they both pretty much rolled the jump almost in the same spot. So uh, you can't have a guy that is direct competition right there that sees you blatantly do something that he didn't do and not expect a call from the principal. So
Do you like? I don't know if you watched post race, but they interviewed Webb. Maybe that was on the podium, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't push for the win because I knew Chase was going to get docked."
oh
Uh,
yeah, he
yeah,
definitely alluded. Uh, he definitely alluded to him knowing that Chase was going to get a talking to. So I
yeah,
mean, I'm sure the first thing they did was, make sure that it was known, and it's the rules are rules. 7 points
yeah.
is a lot, dude. Like,
That's a
what?
lot.
I think that's the standard penalty, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to look into that. It doesn't. It's kind of. I don't know. It's kind of
Somebody,
weird. That's the
somebody
most
else.
most that's ever been given. I think
Oh,
the Kenny had 5 or something, or but yeah, 7's the most ever been docked.
interesting.
So with AP crashing, Chase wins Cooper, and then Eli gets third. So at least he gets back on the box. Still didn't look great, but yeah, he gets on the box. Going back, I want to go back a minute though. What about Chase and Barsha battling it? I don't know what lap we're into. That was a good little battle there.
Dude, Barsha's hungry right now. I
I
dig it.
know.
I love it. I mean, some of the freaking pictures that I saw from him from Indy. I mean, like I couldn't tell if he was at a freestyle show or if he was racing, but
Yeah,
he was up there, dude. Like he's having fun right now, and it's awesome to watch. I think it, all, dude. Top five right now, or just it's a sweet battle. One of the
yeah.
best 450 seasons I've seen in a while.
I will say though, after that little battle with Chase, like he like kind of faded a little bit. Eli got by him, and so I don't know if that was part of it or if he like his arms if he got some arm pump or what. But after that, it was kind of like he kind of went backwards a little bit. Um, and then Kenny got fifth. He looked good in I think one of the whatever heat race he was in, but still a fifth. So it's not terrible. I mean, obviously he didn't win, but I mean, still top five. Um,
I mean, he's been top five, top six all season, really.
yeah,
He had a couple. I think he had one bad round, but I don't know. I mean, people got all hot and heavy on him after Indy, and it was an awesome race. But I'd be surprised if we see him on the top step of the podium again.
Yeah, I could see him on the box again, but yeah,
Yeah,
not first.
nah. I think he's going to be. I don't know. There was a lot of things going in his favor in Indy that just. I'm not going to say it was a give me because he definitely was riding amazing, but yeah, I'd be surprised if he won another round.
Yeah. Christian Craig 6, best ride for him. Man, you just don't see him when they do the main. Like they don't ever show him.
No,
But good ride for Christian at 6. That's the best he's had.
yeah, he's creeping up there, man. He
Yeah.
had 8th last week, 6th this week. He's consistently getting better. I think. I don't know if it's a fitness thing or maybe he's finding some settings that are better or what, but I'm pumped to see it. So
Yeah. What about Justin Hill? Talk about creeping up there. That dude got 7th. Both Hill brothers were in the top 10. They said that's the first time in 50 years 2 brothers in the top 10.
yeah, I saw that like the Pomeroys or something did it like
Yeah.
back in the day or something. But the cool thing, his brother Josh, like he had to come out of the LCQ,
Yeah.
so he qualified from the LCQ and finished 10th overall. So I mean, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
seeing those two on the same tracks, awesome too. So
Yeah, it's crazy. Like they're they're getting legit. I can see Justin. I don't know about podium. But I could see him top 5 maybe. By the end of the season, maybe podium. I
I
don't know.
mean,
It's
dude,
tough.
they're heading to Seattle. That's probably their closest race.
Yeah,
So
that's true. We'll see what happens.
get some of that home
AC
too.
AC 8th. Can't remember. I feel like he was up there higher at one point. I can't remember.
Yeah, he
Uh,
was. He was doing pretty good. I mean, dude, those top three guys were hauling ass though.
yeah.
Like, I mean, AC had a great run in Indy, and I mean, 8th is a great finish for Detroit too. So
Uh, I want to see how. Can't wait to see how he does outdoors if he's 100% by them. Jason Anderson 9th. I mean, that dude's just not having the season at all compared to last year.
he looks so good in his heat race, and then he just got a bad start,
Mm-hmm.
short start. He's just not good at short starts.
No.
He's got to have a football field.
Yeah. But it's like, did he win one this year? I can't. I don't know. But he's at least been up there. It's just like, what's going on there? Like from last year though, you won like 7 races. Just wild.
Yeah, I mean, his heat race, he smoked everybody,
Yeah.
but he got a start.
Yeah. It's
That's
true.
I don't know, man. It's I don't know if it's a mental thing. Like he's just like he just basically just sells himself short. If he doesn't get the start, he just knows it's not going to happen or what. I mean, he's riding good. He looks comfortable on the bike. The bike looks like it's working great,
Yeah.
like in the whoops and stuff. Like it doesn't look like it's unsettled or anything. Like I mean, everything looks like it should be gelling, but for some reason, he just cannot put it together in the mains when it counts the most.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. As we talk, Josh Hill 10th, Benny Bloss 11th. Good ride for Benny. Good ride for Kate Clausen 12th. And
Yeah,
then AP 13th after his crash. Josh Cartwright 14th. Grant Harlan 15th. Moran's.
Harlan got me some points in my
Yeah,
fantasy class, bro. I picked him for the wild card. Thank you, Harlan.
there you
Hooked
go.
me up with them wild card points.
I should. I don't know. I should do fantasy. I just never do. Um, I just have flashbacks when I used to do fantasy football and how addicting that was, and I
Dude,
don't want to.
it's not like that.
Thank God.
Don't
I'm
put
not.
money on the line, and it's just fun.
Kevin Moran's, Shane McElrath. Did you expect more out of Shane this year? I think we've talked about this, but
I I do, but like his team's not. No offense, he's on a yellow bike, you know.
yeah,
So, and I mean, Chisholm's doing all right,
Kenny.
but Kenny, but I mean Kenny's not. He's not even getting the support he needs. So
Yeah.
I feel like Suzuki's got like one foot out the door on the like whole Supercross, motocross, But I don't know. I mean, he's those dudes. Those dudes like 12th and beyond. They just don't. They don't have the parts that the top 5 guys get. Like
I know.
there's no question about it. Like it's really really hard for them to compete on the same playing field. So I mean, in McElrath, it's hard to cope. He had factory bikes. Like how do you make that change and not be frustrated? You know,
Right.
like when you know how fast you should be going, but you physically just you can't do it. Like and you can't say anything about it. You can't say my bike sucks, my suspension sucks. Like you just have to thank your sponsors for getting 12th or whatever you get and pray that you get better, I guess, the next round. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it sucks for him because he is super talented, but he needs. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with him. I guess I was thinking he'd get better, but I
He's
don't.
been on. He's been on like 4 bikes since he's been in 450.
I know. It's tough. Tough to do that, man.
Yeah. Because yeah, it's like you get adjusted, and you're like, oh, well, you're not on here anymore. Justin Starling, 18th. Freddie Noren, Chase Marquier. Never. He must be new. Dean Wilson, he crashed out. So when Dean got up, I don't know if I saw a video. He got up, was going the wrong way on the track. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. That was scary as shit because it was like he was going the wrong way, like on a rhythm section or something wild.
Yeah.
So
And then Kyle Chisholm.
old
It's fun.
Gino is always good for a wild story, though.
Yeah. And this is last year too. Last
Yeah,
year Supercross, no outdoors. Um, what's crazy? I think about Dino. I don't know if you recall 2012, him and Tomac 250 are going for the title, and they were just kind of like bumping and everything. And then Tomac puts Dino on the ground, and then
yeah,
Tomac's like, "I don't want to race that way, but if you're gonna race, I'm gonna come back at you." That kind of changed Dino's career a little bit, like because he was top dog on that pro circuit, and ever since then he's just been plagued with injuries and stuff like that.
man, he's had a rough row. Like his his injuries list is up there.
Yeah, they said his if you
He's
looked
a
at his
top 10.
knees,
Yeah,
huh?
his knees are jacked up,
Yeah, yeah. Um,
but
and
he's a
he,
top 10 guy. Like
yeah,
most days, he's still a top 10 guy, unless he crashes and goes the wrong way on the track. So
who's your biggest improvement? I guess you could still. I'll still say AP, even though it kind of went down, maybe. Or I would say him or Christian Craig. I don't know. AP was he
uh,
looked so good.
I mean, I was pumped for him watching him. Like he was riding good, he was flowing, he was feeling it. Like it was his to lose, and luck just didn't go his way. I'm still most improved. He's getting starts finally, which
Mhm.
to get a start on that short track is awesome because that start straight was tiny. And
Yeah.
nah, I'm giving it to AP.
Yeah. Me too.
I'll give
Most
an honorable mention to Josh Hill
there you go.
because
Josh or Justin Hill.
or sorry, yeah, Justin. I think seventh for him is pretty solid. So
Yeah. I would say yeah, AP. Biggest disappointment's gotta be Anderson. Like, where are you, dude? Like, I mean, from last year, you're just where are you this year? I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I just I don't know. We you can't figure him out. He'll figure it
Yeah.
out. He needs to get maybe he'll get better when he gets back to the West Coast. He always seems to do better out there. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right, that's 450. Move on to 250 before we get into the main event. Let's get to that heat race with Deegan and Jordan Smith. What do you think there? Who's your main blame?
Dude, Deegan's hungry. I
Yeah,
lo- I honestly, people give that kid so much shit, but like he's riding good. He's comfortable on his bike. He gave Smith multiple opportunities to get the hell past him,
yeah,
and they just kept playing nonsense. I mean, and then Smith ended up running into the back of his bike. So like it is what it is. I think it's awesome that the kid didn't back down from a veteran in his own on his own team. It sucks that his other teammate went down, but in all reality, Smith was riding like a squirrel all night and crashed 2 more times in that race and
yeah,
then crashed a couple more times in the LCQ and decided that it was a great idea to try to pass somebody on the outside in the last corner for the last transfer spot. Like he was riding like he had like this factory racer bubble around him, like that dude wasn't going to clean him out, and the dude cleaned him out. So,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, I mean, that's on him, dude. Like he's a vet, he should know better, and he could have easily just backed off, let Deegan do his thing, and then passed him a couple laps later. Because I mean, Smith was riding amazing. His
yeah,
speed, he had the speed. His whoop speed was insane. Like
yeah.
I honestly think I'm bummed that he didn't get into the main because I think he would have gave Hunter a run for his money for the first time in the season.
If he didn't
Like
crash,
correct,
yeah,
but dude, honestly, that's how fast these kids have to go to keep up with that guy. Like
yeah,
they have to be on the edge of their seat the whole time because he's riding that good.
yeah. So Hunter Lawrence wins again.
Yeah,
I like Thrasher. He just can't start. He's never starting right with Hunter. It seems like it's always like he's trying to like get up to second. I
yeah.
don't know if he could still.
Well, he started second or third this race, so he just like,
Yeah,
dude, Hunter puts 4 seconds on you in the first couple of laps, and you're done.
yeah,
He's gone. Like he'll hold that 4 second lead, and I know people are like Jets faster than Hunter, but right now after round 10, like Hunter's record's better. Like it's just the statistics that they showed.
yeah,
He's 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 better. Like I think Jet's faster, but I mean, I don't think any of us have actually seen Hunter's like 100% speed because I literally that kid he can have a 5 second lead and then someone will start catching him and do like 2 second lead and he'll just bump right back up to 5 seconds. Like
yeah,
I think he rides around at like 95% all the time or something, which Dungy used to do that too.
yeah.
So
I don't think the East West showdown will be that good if it's those two because they're not gonna mess with each other. They'll just be like, oh, you won, I won. I don't
yeah,
think it'll be anything chaotic with two
they're not
bros.
going to take each other out and ruin
No,
their seasons or anything. So
right? It's gonna be they'll probably try to cross the line at the same time. That's probably about it, or
yeah,
something like that. So yeah, Nate Thrasher gets second. Nate will be a contender next year for sure. He'll be up there. Um,
outdoors he's going to be up there.
yeah, it depends on what he does with that knee if he decides to get it fixed or not. Um, Hayden Deegan third. Jeremy Martin fourth. Dude, you ever notice? I don't know if you ever noticed this. Every race, Deegan and J Mart find each other. Like it's like one or the other.
Yeah,
They're always around each other. It's wild.
it's cool to see J Mart getting some speed back.
Yeah,
I think they're probably finally getting some stuff that he's comfortable with on that bike, and yeah, he's starting to get back to old J Mart.
yeah. I think that win last week. Yeah, yeah. I think that helped out a ton. I think that gave him some confidence. The veteran Chris Blows, 34 years old on the PC. He got fifth. Tom Vial, sixth. Oh wait, let me go back to this. Do you think Hunter does 250 next year, and then 2024 250 Supercross 450 outdoor. So then him and Jed are on 450.
He might. I mean, he's older, so uh, dude, he may go 450 next year.
Yeah. So I
Honda
know
Honda sweeps.
Jets
Who knows?
Jets 450s come summer, and then yeah, Hunter. I mean, I don't know, it'll be
I guess
interesting.
it'll boil down to whether Honda wants to field a three rider Supercross team.
Well, they're probably gonna lose Chase, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to want somebody. I think it kind of depends on whether or not like they want. I mean, it could be cool if both the Lawrence brothers were factory
Yeah.
Honda 450. So
Yeah, they could probably sign some veteran to a 1 year until Hunter comes up, do something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Colin Park 7th, Cody Shock 8th. I like that team, that Phoenix Honda. You like those
dude,
gold wheels on that?
they they must have some. Like, whoever's building their motors must be good because those bikes they sound good in Indy. I noticed that like they're super crisp sounding and they look great. Like
Yeah.
not like looks wise, but like on the track, they're they're set up pretty good. Like they have, I think that's a pretty solid team.
Yeah, I like that team. Henry Miller, Michael Hicks, Chase Owen. Mets like this kid, and he's starting to do a lot better at Caden Braswell.
Yep.
He's starting to come up. He's doing a little better every race.
Yeah, I mean that kid's the real deal. I think we'll see more and more of them.
Yeah, hope so. Jeremy Hand, Brock Pappy, Talon Hawkins. I mean, he is a rookie. Hopefully, he can do a little bit better. He's kind of floating around. He's kind of reminded me of that. I can't think of the guy. He was on Husqvarna a couple years ago. Came over from Europe, but he was an American and just struggled in Supercross. Went back over to Europe.
Huh.
Um,
I mean that kid. He showed signs of speed. I'm wondering if he might not be riding injured or something right now.
yeah, I mean he's young though.
Yeah.
AJ Catanzaro, 16th. Jack Chambers. A lot of people like Jack Chambers. I don't know much about him, but some people they speak high. Like I guess he's got a lot of potential.
He took out
Lane out.
he took out Smith.
Do what? Yeah, yeah,
He's the one that took out Smith, I think, isn't it?
yeah.
So
Lane Allison, Gage Linville, Lance Kubosh, Marshall Welton, and then Max Anstey finishes out your 250 class.
that was a bummer for Anstey, dude. He was riding
Yeah,
so good.
yeah. And then
So
he loses second in points. I think he goes down to like fourth, maybe.
yeah, I think third and fourth both jumped ahead of him.
Yeah,
So
I know Thrasher's in second. Here, I can actually look right here. Hang on.
dude, can we just talk about the elephant in the room though? Like, do you ever think that you were going to be thinking about a 34-year-old veteran being the front man for Pro Circuit Kawasaki?
No,
Like,
no.
what is going on? Like, that's insane. Like, pull some talent up or something. Like,
Well,
there's
they got
one
that.
bike out there.
They got everyone's. I don't know what goes on. Like, why can't they? Do some of these other dudes not want to leave their privateer teams to go there, or what?
I mean, I guess not, but there's enough dudes riding Kawasaki's. You'd think they'd be like, hey, we got a factory bike. Maybe this dude might be like 4 seconds a lot faster on it. Let's see what happens. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
It's crazy to me that they don't even try.
yeah. I mean, you got so many injuries, so yeah, I don't understand either. And what
Yeah.
does what wonder what the pay gap is on a 250 factory team versus a 450 privateer? Like a guy who just barely makes mains or something. Like, would you go down, or is that too much?
I don't know, man. I mean, if you were a privateer rider, say Logan Carnell,
Yeah,
if he's riding 250s and he's just he's getting 16th, 17th place every week. And Pro Circuit called him up, like, hey, we got a factory ride. You want to ride it? Like, would you even care about making more money? Or would you just be like, I want to see what I can do on that bike? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't have to pay me any money. Just get that bike there and I'll be there.
Yeah.
Give me a kit with all your whatever you wanted to say on it. I don't care. Like, I want to see if I can go like that's the ultimate. Like, anyone listening, if you know like why they haven't done this, like, I don't know, like,
Let us know.
give us a heads up, because I can't figure it out. Like, it makes zero sense to me why Pro Circuit hasn't pulled somebody up to help battle the Star Yamaha like brigade, because it's getting out of control.
Yeah, yeah, I don't understand. I don't get it either. Man, they're just destroyed by injuries though. Like
Yeah.
Joe Shimoda, Austin Faulkner, McAdoo, um, Ryder D. Francisco, just one after the other.
Old news though. I mean, they're just driving around the country with one bike in their semi. Like, that's ridiculous.
I know.
Like, they got 3 other bikes in there. Just start them up and put some different numbers on them. Give some people a shot.
I always wonder what's the mechanics do that like your rider's injured for the rest of the season. What does that guy just help out another bike, or what? I always wondered that one.
I think it's on a case by case basis.
Yeah,
Some of the guys have, I mean, they all have, like, most of them have practice mechanics and race mechanics, anyways.
yep,
So, I mean, I know some of the like higher level guys, like, they still take care of their mechanics if they get hurt. Like, it's just kind of like a salary thing, because you can't like be like, hey, I want you to quit your job and be my mechanic, and then not guarantee that they're going to get paid. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think, but some of those, I don't know what the 250 kids do, because some of those kids are just starting to come into big salaries themselves. So
yeah. I always want to know like a mechanic pay is weird. Like I don't really know what they make, but a lot of their also pay is like the rider does well or wins a championship. Hey, we're going to give you X amount off that championship win money.
yeah,
So it's kind of goofy.
yeah, they all usually get a little bit of a like percentage from that. So
Yeah.
it's performance based pay. Like that's my opinion. That's, I mean, one of the best ways to keep a good team under your wing is to pay them by performance. So
Yeah, it's just weird because like um this sport you never talk about how much we always talk about riders and riding well, but the mechanics got to make sure that bike goes out well. And I feel like there's, I mean, they're just as like part of it as as well.
yeah, I mean, even the guys that drive the rigs and have to keep them
Yeah,
clean, have to get all the catering done. Like, I mean, everyone that's back there in those pits, dude. Like, that's another thing that a lot of people don't think about. Like, those riders got a lot on their shoulders. It's
yeah,
not just about winning for themselves. Like, they're winning for a bunch of people that they interact with on a weekly basis, and sometimes that's why bonehead moves are made. And I mean, it is what it is. That's why they say like the mental side of it is so huge, because some people can take it and some people can't.
yeah. All right, 250 biggest like positive swing. What would you say? I'm gonna say I
Dude,
guess go ahead.
I'm pumped on what Bloss is doing. Like,
Yeah,
he's doing awesome. I'm impressed with Deegan, dude. I thought he's gonna fold under the pressure, and he hasn't. Like, if people are still after Detroit, if people are still gonna be like, this kid's like, has a silver spoon in his mouth, blah blah blah, like, dude, he's putting his own teammates on the ground. The kid's hungry, like,
yeah, yeah,
and he's backing it up, dude. Like,
yeah.
I mean, some of the turns and stuff he cut, like that kid's got a lot of talent. Like once
Yeah,
they rope him in a little bit and polish him up, like as long as he stays healthy, he's gonna be pretty sweet.
yeah, contender for sure next year.
Dude, he's a contender this year. We
That's
might
true.
see him win before the end of the year.
Um, yeah, I think Jeremy Martin just kind of being a little more
Yeah.
consistent now. I mean, he was on the box, but he's getting up there. Glad to see that. Means he's starting to feel be stronger. Biggest disappointment.
Are you looking at the stats? How far back was second and third from Hunter?
Oh, I was looking at overall points. Hang on one second. Uh, so Nate Thrasher was 7 seconds back. Deegan was 11.
That's a lot of
And
time. I don't know.
a lot of time.
It's I like benchmarks, so I like to see like what a couple more races happen and see if he can. I mean, if he cuts it down to 5 seconds or something,
Yeah.
take the little wins. That's what you have to do when guys in his position. So
Yeah, like where at what point do you think Thrasher's like, I don't have him, but I'm not letting third's not catching me.
yeah,
But I think it's disappointment has to be um I don't know for this race.
number 58
Oh, Jordan.
didn't even make the
Yeah,
main, bro. Like,
that's true. Duh. What am I thinking?
I
Yeah.
mean, like
I
I,
don't know.
dude, you're on the fastest bike out there,
Yeah.
hands down. It's obvious that those bikes have what it takes. He has the speed. Like he can't be sitting in the trailer watching the main event happen. It just can't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. I mean, some people question why'd he get a ride, and then he started the season strong, and then he does something like that. You're like, you just
Yeah.
get his people a
The
reason.
kid's fast. He lined up super far outside in that short straight and got a terrible start and then stalls his bike. It just and then, dude, it's just what yeah. Disappointment goes to number 58 this week
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure. Well, now we go back to West Coast. Hopefully, RJ can battle with Jet. Very hard to do, but I like RJ. Hopefully, he can get one there. We'll see.
Yeah.
Uh, anything else? 250 or 450? Back to West
Making,
Coast, Seattle.
making me yawn, bro.
Do it.
Making me yawn. Um, man, I don't know. I want to see Tomac back up there, like battling for the top box. I kind of think Cooper's kind of chilling right now. He's in the
Yeah.
best position of all of them right now. So
3
that's
points up.
yeah,
Um,
that's kind of what I was alluding to with Indy. Like Cooper didn't have to win. Eli was riding like shit. Like I'm not going to say let Kenny win, but he wasn't trying to go out and kill himself either. Like
yeah.
he knew he had more to lose than more to gain in that race. Now, if Tomac would have passed him, I think you'd have seen a different side of Cooper riding
Yeah.
that crazy sketchy track. So, I mean, he's up now, and it's his season to lose at this point. So we'll see what happens when they go out back out west. I think you'll see Anderson get a little pep in his step out west again. Um, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Remember Detroit at one time, Tomac passed Cooper, and then like a lap later, 2 laps later, Cooper got by him.
Yeah,
Like because he went outside, and Cooper's like, I'm sneaking in here. I'm shooting the gap.
yeah. I
That
mean
was it.
that's kind of what I mean. Like he was, I think Cooper's just He's very smart. He's been doing it long enough. Like
Yeah.
he's one of those dudes that literally has math going on in his head while he's riding. Like
Yeah.
he's not gonna, he's not gonna risk his season to showboat. And if he has to get fourth, he'll get fourth. If he's got to get third, he'll get third. And you know, if he has to win, you'll see him go out there and fight tooth and nail to try to win. But
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the West Coast brings, I guess.
Yeah. Season's it's good. Hopefully Chase is not completely out of it. Hope it's just not a 2-man race. I hope he can kind of still battle those guys, which I think he will.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And then maybe in a way, it might take a little bit off of him, and he can kind of like, well, I'm a little far back on points, and he doesn't try to push as hard. Who knows? Something kind of crazy like that.
Man, I don't know. He's such a head case. I want to see him keep riding smooth. Um, I love watching him ride. His talent and how smooth
Yeah,
he is on the bike's insane. So
and fast.
he's just his worst. He's his own worst enemy, dude. He
Yeah,
is. I mean, he got a terrible start this week and came through. So
yeah,
um, I I don't know. For are we picking? Are we picking for 450s right now?
yeah. Let's do it.
What's
Let's
time look like?
give me your winner. Give me your box for Seattle.
Box for Seattle. Uh,
450.
Tomac's going to get back on the top step,
All right.
and then I think Webb Sexton.
Okay. I'll go. I can write. I'll write it down. I'll go Tomac.
Oh, you think old ET's going to show back up too, huh?
Yeah, I think he's like, I can't let this slide again. It'd be too far for him.
Yeah,
I think he gets up there. I think Sexton. Well, man, Barsh has been riding so good.
yeah.
I'll go Sexton Barsha.
Okay. I'd like to say AP's up there, but man,
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I think I think right now the three I named, dude, like they got the most to lose. They're
Yeah,
gonna have a lot of fire. So
yeah,
it,
I'm excited, man. This season, every race, it's just better and better. Or like, what's gonna happen next?
yeah,
Here's the only problem with West Coast. Now it starts at 10 p.m. Now I'll be up till 1 a.m. on Saturday night.
that does suck.
East Coast, miss you. All right, Dave. Thanks for doing this, man. Appreciate it. And I'm sure I'll call you another time throughout the season.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime, bro.
All right, man. Well, have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Later.
See you.